Hello and welcome to Black Bear Atheist. Today we're gonna go into the channel Wretched. This is, in my own opinion, one of the worst Christian YouTube channel slash apologetics channel. The title just implies and tell us really what the entire Christian religion is about. The slavery mentality in it. The video we're watching today is Voodie Bochum, which is an apologetic slash pastor. Voodie Bochum, this is why we believe the Bible is true. So we're gonna get into it and see what a Christian perspective of why the Bible is true.
Going back into the archives, a sermon sizzler from Voodie Buchman.
That question is, why do you choose to believe the Bible? That's the question. We must be able to answer that question in our culture today. It's a legitimate question that deserves a legitimate answer. But you see, because of anti-intellectualism, we hear that question, and usually we'll say something like, well, I believe the Bible because I was raised like that. Well, bless your spirit if that's your answer. But please, don't go out of here and say that to anybody. I beg you, please don't do that, because that is not a reasoned response. I was raised that way just doesn't cut it. Or sometimes
No, duh, it doesn't cut it. I was indoctrinated into this religion, thus I believe it. A good job.
because we live in this culture of experientialism, sometimes because of this postmodern culture where what's true for you is not necessarily true for me, and the experience is king, there is another answer with which we have become accustomed that we think is a great answer to the question, and it goes something like this. Why do you choose to believe the Bible? Well, I choose to believe the Bible because I tried it and it worked for me.
This is literally what street preachers preach to people of why they should become a Christian and not any other religion. Because Christianity helps people. Apparently, it does. It makes people become a better person. Which is a lie, obviously.
We say that and then we sort of back up a couple of steps, kind of let the answer sit there. Like we really just did something. What you did was open a logical hole big enough to drive a Mack truck through. That's what you did. Let me give you an answer to that question that I believe is better than I was raised that way. Or it's better than.
Will it really be better? Guys, will it actually be better? I don't think so, but let's hear what he has to say.
Well, I'm Southern Baptist and that's the way we believe. Or it's better than I tried it and it works for me. I want to tell you why I choose to believe the Bible. Because I don't believe the Bible because I was raised that way, because I wasn't. I don't choose to believe the Bible because I tried it and it worked for me. My mother's Buddhism worked for her. That's why she was a Buddhist. I need something more than just because it works. Here's the answer. I'll give it to you and I'll unpack it for you. I choose to believe the Bible because it's a reliable collection of historical documents written down by eyewitnesses during the lifetime of other eyewitnesses. They report to us supernatural events that took place in fulfillment of specific prophecies and claim that their writings are divine rather than human in origin.
Yeah, before the people start cheering to this bullshit, I will point out that it wasn't written by eyewitness. We don't actually have an account of an eyewitness in the entire Bible. I'm talking the New Testament. Who cares about the Old Testament? I'm talking the New Testament, which is really the entire source of Christianity. We have no actual eyewitness account. Decades later, what people actually writing it down, it was passed down through oral traditions, and then people wrote it down decades after Jesus already died. So no actual eyewitness account. The first four, Matthew, Luke, and John, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, are written by anonymous writers. We don't know who wrote them. Paul's writing, we know he wrote 6 of them, but the rest, we don't know who. It definitely wasn't Paul. So, where are your fucking eyewitnesses? Nowhere to be found. Paul was not an eyewitness, and none of these people were eyewitnesses. Just because Paul claimed that there's 500 eyewitnesses doesn't mean there's actually 500. Back to my Harry Potter claim. Just because I can write a book and say Harry Potter is real and I saw Harry Potter and 500,000 people also saw it with me doesn't mean Harry Potter actually exists. You can make claims, but without backing them, you are just making claims.
Now, here's what you're going to want to do.
See what I mean by creepy? See what I mean by creepy? What kind of... let's keep going.
Wind this, listen to that, write it down, and memorize it.
Of course, he will want you to memorize something that's obviously not true. The Bible doesn't have a reliable source. It's not a reliable source. It's just not. And to think so, you're delusional. The Bible is not written by eyewitness accounts. We have no actual eyewitness that wrote down the Bible. You Christian scholars, any scholar that actually studied the Bible will tell you this. We don't actually have an eyewitness account of what actually happened throughout Jesus' life. It was oral tradition passed down, and then people wrote it down. Paul never met Jesus, and Paul could claim that he met people that saw the resurrection and were eyewitness, but those are just claims. 500 eyewitnesses that Paul claims to have happened of sin is nowhere to be found because he just claims them. So Voodie Buchman, you did nothing. Anyways, I just want to check out this guy's video. Honestly, it was more of checking out Voodie Buchman, because I've seen this guy and he apparently debunks atheists or say this or say that, and I just want to point out that he doesn't make any sense. There is no eyewitness account. Anyways, that's it for today. If you like this kind of content, like this kind of video, like and subscribe. Have a great day.